So hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve the kata number 7 called reverse words. You can find this programming challenge on Codewars.com, and by doing these challenges you will surely improve your programming skills and maybe even practice a language that you've never practiced before or you haven't practiced in a long time. So the problem reads that we need to complete the function that accepts a string parameter and reverses each word in the string. All spaces in the string should be retained. So in this case, I'm going to be using JavaScript to solve this problem. But basically what the problem asks is that when we get a sentence such as this is an example, we want to get this result. That is, each word must be reversed. In this case, we can see that this is reversed over here. The orders of the word are inverted. And we have each word inverted and we have it displayed as a new sentence over here. So we want to get this inverted string. We have over here the basic tests that we need to pass in order to complete this programming challenge. In this case, we have the curriculum fox jumps over lazy dog, we have apple, we have ABCD, and double-spaced words. So we have this empty template, which is a function called reverse words, and it accepts a string as a parameter. So how I'm going to start answering this problem, I'm going to first create the variable where I'm going to store the final string with the result. So in this case, I'm going to name it var result equals, and I'm going to leave it empty for now because that's where I'm going to store the finishing string. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to first separate each word that we find in the given string. For each white space that we find in the sentence, I'm going to say that I'm going to split it into an array where each element will be a word from that sentence. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the split method. In this case, I'm going to say var split sentence. You can name the variable however you like. It's free upon your decision. I'm going to say the string that we are given from the parameter in the function. I'm going to say split. And I'm going to indicate this space over here to indicate that for each space that I find in every sentence, I'm going to separate it into an array with each element being the word that we find. So we have this. Now, if we console log this split sentence, we're going to get this. Let me show you now. So I'm going to click test. If I console log this, I can see that for each word that I find in this sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog, it separates it into an array with each element being each word that it finds, separated in with each space over here. So now what I'm going to do, I need to invert the order of the letters in each word from that array. In order to do that, I'm going to do a for loop in order to go through each element in that array. So I'm going to say for var I equals 0 from the first position to all the length, through all the length of the split sentence. I'm going to say split sentence dot length and I plus plus because we are going through each element increasingly. I'm going to say the result. I'm going to push. I'm going to put into the previously created variable result what I'm going to invert. So in this case, I'm going to say push. Push basically puts each element into the result array. I'm going to say push for each split sentence element that I find. In this case, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. For each of these elements that I go through, I'm going to say that I'm going to split each letter that I find in these words. I'm going to say split. I'm not going to leave a space because I want to split each of the letters that I find. I'm going to use the reverse method in order to invert the order of the letters. And then I'm going to join them again, but they will be inverted. They will be backwards, like in this case that I'm seeing over here. So I'm going to separate them, invert them, reverse them, and then join them back again. So when I do that, I'm not going to leave a space here either. I'm going to show you what I get. So in this case, if I do a console log result of the final array that we're storing here the result, I'm going to say test. And now I can see that this was the first log that we did. We separated each word from the sentence. And in the next console log where I inverted the letters of each word, I can see that the is now inverted to EHD, which is what we're actually looking for in this example. So now we have the result array with each element being each word, just invert the order inverted of each word. I hope you can see the sort over here. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to join them back again as a sentence like we had at the beginning of the problem. In order to do this, I'm going to say result equals results.join. And I'm going to say that for each element, I'm separated by a space. I'm going to join them, and after each element, I'm going to leave a space in order for it to maintain the same sentence structure. And if I console log this again, we should have the final result that we are looking for. So I'm going to say test. And now I can see that each element that I found over here, I joined them. I left a space by marking this space over here between each word. And now I can see that I have the final answer, that is the quick brown frogs, just inverted in the other order. And why is it marking me as an error, this test? It's because I'm using a function, and whenever I use a function, I need to return what I'm processing through the function. It must have a return statement. So what are we returning? We're returning the result. So I'm just going to say return result. And now if I test it, it should show correctly. We see that we have passed the test. I can see here the tests that I'm going through, which are these ones over here. These are the tests that the program is automatically checking. And we can see that we have passed the test. And if I attempt to finally achieve this test, I can see that I have this one correct. And we have the final solution for the problem. So I hope you found this useful. If you have any doubt, don't forget to ask me or leave a comment in this video. I hope it really helped you, and I'll see you in the next programming challenge. Bye!